Hello everyone. Welcome to this orientation about being in the diploma level, about the courses that you can take there, any the opportunities with the BS program, getting ready for your internships as you other opportunities associated with the program. So here is the image that all of you will be very familiar with. You would have been seeing it right from your qualifier orientation, I think. And congrats to all of you. You have cleared the foundation level and now you're in the diploma level, either entering the diploma level or maybe done a few courses there, or almost towards the end of your diploma, ready to get into the degree level. So you're in the kind of the heart of the program, like you can see here highlighted by the box in red color. This is the kind of the most intense part of the BS degree program, we can say, which is the two diplomas, diploma in programming and the diploma in data science. So this is where you get most of your skills in the program in the domains of programming and data science. So coming to this, here are the courses that you see. You all must be aware of this, but just running through it as a refresher. There are 6 courses and 2 projects in each diploma. This is the diploma in programming. It has the PDSA course, the DBMS course, application development 1, application development 2, programming concepts using Java, system commands course. here is the image that all of you will be very the foundation level, and now you're in the diploma level, either entering the diploma level or maybe done a few courses there, or almost towards the end of your diploma, ready to get into the degree level. So you're in the kind of the heart of the program, like you can see here highlighted by the box in red color. This is the kind of the most intense part of the BS degree program, we can say, which is the two diplomas, diploma in programming and the diploma in data science. So this is where you get most of your skills in the program in the domains of programming and data science. So coming to this, here are the courses that you see. You all must be aware of this, but just running through it as a refresher. There are 6 courses and 2 projects in each diploma. This is the diploma in programming. It has the PDSA course, the DBMS course, Application Development 1, Application Development 2, Programming Concepts Using Java, System Commands course. And then of course you have the 2 projects, AppDev 1 project and the AppDev 2 project. The core requisites and the prerequisites are given for each course here. Core requisite means you have to take the core requisite course either before or along with the other course for which it is a core requisite. And the credits, you can see the credits are 2 credits for the project courses, 3 for system commands and 4 credits for the remaining 5 courses. So the entire total credits for diploma in programming is typically 27 currently as you enter the diploma level. This is the diploma in data science bucket. As you can see it, here too there are 6 courses and 2 projects. ML Foundations, ML Techniques, ML Practice form the core of learning machine learning, and the business data management course, the business analytics course, tools and data science course. These 3 form the give you a perspective of where does the data really come from. Typically they are used in the industry, so how do you collect data from there, what are the verticals in the industries where data is being generated, what format will these data be generated, how do you analyze them, what are the analytics you do. And the tools and data science course gives you a visualization of all this data as you are structuring, organizing and formatting them as per the needs of the customer or wherever the presentations have to be made. There are 2 projects here. One is the business data management project. So this gives you a hands-on experience about data collection, convincing first a customer who owns any business enterprise, which could be a really small one, right from say a roadside fruit vegetable vendor or a roadside pani puri vendor, to maybe a small business concern, just a shop, or maybe a small a grocery store or something like that, to a bigger concern also. Convincing them about first, what is it that you're doing in this project? Why do you want them to give data? What is the use of their giving data to you? And how will you actually come back with recommendations? So it gives you the entire life cycle where you start off with convincing a customer about sharing the data, and then the data might be totally disorganized. It might be on just sheets of paper, which you have to probably enter into more organized formats such as Excel sheets, and then you cleanse it, then you organize it, then you get some insights into it, and of course give your recommendations on how the business can be bettered. So this is a business data management project which kind of caters to a hands-on experience on collection of data and analyzing the data. The other project that we have is the Kaggle contest, the MLP project, which is essentially a Kaggle contest with a large data set that you have to run models on and kind of clear a cutoff that is given by the team using various models. So at least 3 models have to clear the cutoff, after which you can go in for the viva with the external examiners. So here again the 2 projects are 2 credits each. The tools in data science is a 3 credit course, and the remaining 5 courses are 4 credit courses. So this forms the diploma in data science bucket that you have to complete as part of the diploma level. Okay, this slide shows you how you can complete one diploma and then get on to the other diploma. There are different pathways given for completing the diploma in 2 terms, in 3 terms and 4 terms. So you can finish your diploma in data science, get a certificate, provisional certificate in your hand, and then go on to do the diploma in programming and get the provisional certificate in your hand, and then proceed to go to the degree level. Of course, you can alternate it also, do the diploma in programming first and then do the diploma in data science. So this is also one way of doing the courses where you don't load yourselves too much by taking the pathway where you take maybe 3 or 4 terms for doing a diploma and kind of completing the level in about 6 to 8 terms. The other way is where you mix the courses from both the diplomas and you kind of finish both of them at the same time. This shows you the way in which you can finish both diplomas in 4 terms. This would be the shortest possible from our side, that you can finish both the diplomas in 4 terms. And the next would be 5 terms, where we have given how do you mix and match the courses and which courses do you take when, based on the prerequisites, co-requisites, and how do you complete it. It is shown here. And also there is a sequence of courses you can take if you want to complete both the diplomas in 6 terms or 7 terms. So think about what your core skills are, whether you have a programming background, whether you are already doing some kind of data science, machine learning, maybe as part of your other degree or an internship or a job, and whether you have some background to take these courses. In that case, maybe some courses are easier for you. If you're already as a developer, you're working as a developer, or you've done some projects, you've been coding for a long time, then the programming courses might be a little easier for you. But if you're neither and you're coming into this program as a fresh student, not having a coding background or not having a data science background, I think it's better that you go slow and kind of do 2 or 3 courses in a term and kind of pace it out, but do really well so that you get good grades in all of these courses. You accrue all the skills that are required, because this is what your interviews will be based on. Many of the interviews that we have seen coming from companies, actually the tests are based on PDSA, on DBMS. They ask you about the basics of, application development, hosting, and so on. On the ML side also, there are a lot of algorithms that they're asking you about, on models, on which models you would use, and so on. So it might be good to spend some time in the diploma level and kind of do an in-depth learning of whatever is being taught here. Grading pattern, the grading pattern and grading document are released for every term for all the courses for that term. Please take out some time to go through the grading document, because this gives out all the assessment components of each and every course in the diploma level. The dates are also mentioned there of when that assessment component will be conducted. So the basic components, 2 quizzes and 1 final exam, that is there in most courses of the diploma level. But apart from it, you also have the OPPs. So those of you who have completed foundation and come here, you yes, there is a remote proctored exam that is there as part of its assessment. For the BDM, there are 11 assignments based on different data sets that you have to keep submitting. There's no quiz 1 and quiz 2, but you have 11 assignments based on different data sets, and then the final exam that is there. For business analytics, there are 3 take-home assignments that you have to complete and submit, which are evaluated, and they form a significant component of the final course. So each of them has different assessment components, and it's very imperative that you go through the grading document and check what is the eligibility to get the hall ticket for that particular course final exam. For some of them, we have these weekend mock tests that you have to attend, and that part's a form of the eligibility. that forms a part of the eligibility. For some of them, we have something called NPPs, non-proctored programming exams, which are more like practice assignments we give you, but they also form a bonus component that you can get as part of the course. So you might want to see which all components have what weightages, what is a bonus that you can get by doing what activities, so that your grades are much better in the courses of the diploma level. One thing here, the CCC is a 4 for everyone in the diploma level. We do not calculate it for you. We assume that having gone through the foundation, you will have a better idea of how much time is required for courses in this program, how much time you are able to spare to study for courses in this program, and then decide accordingly in the diploma level. So we assume that you have the maturity to decide based on your convenience and availability how many courses you should take. So the CCC is 4 for everyone in the diploma level, but choose wisely on how many you can handle, how many you can handle well, so that you get good grades at the end of doing any course in any term. Also, the fees for courses in the diploma level is 10,000 rupees. Hence, think about what fee you will be paying, and if you are not able to complete it or you want to drop it, the loss is much more as compared to a foundation level course. So, keep these things in mind when you are registering for courses at the diploma level. This is a very important slide, especially for students who are currently in the diploma level and who might be entering the degree level May 2024 or later. This is not applicable to students who have entered the degree level in the Jan 2024 term. So basically, there is a cutoff criteria that we are bringing in for you to enter the degree level in May 2024 or thereafter. So your overall CGPA of all courses in the foundation level and all courses and projects in the diploma level should be more than 6.0 at the end of 2 diplomas. So your CGPA should be greater than or equal to 6.0 at the end of 2 diplomas. That is condition number 1 for you to be eligible to enter the degree level in the May 2024 term or thereafter. The second condition which is there is you should have a CGPA of more than 7.0 across the diploma projects that you have done. So assuming you have done all 4 projects, say, or maybe you have done 3 projects because you started your diploma course in September 21 or Jan 22 when the projects are merged with the theory. But if you have done all the 4 projects, then the average CGPA across the 4 projects should be greater than 7. So the CGPA across the theory courses at the end of the 2 diplomas, the theory and the project at the end of 2 diplomas should be greater than or equal to 6. And the CGPA across the projects you have done in the diploma level should be greater than or equal to 7. This is an and condition. Even if one of the 2 is not satisfied, you will not be permitted to enter the degree level from May 2024. Please keep this in mind. So, in case you have a CGPA of less than 6 at the end of 2 diplomas, how do you get into the degree level? You will have to repeat maybe 1 or more theory courses so that you can improve the grades in that and your CGPA crosses the 6 level mark. And in case your project CGPA is not greater than 7, then in that case you can repeat the projects once more to get a better grade and to cross this cutoff. In case you are planning to quit the program with diploma certificates, even if you have a CGPA at the end of 2 diplomas which is less than 6 or project CGPA of less than 7, we will award the diploma certificates to you. That is not a problem. You will get it from us. You will get the original diploma certificates also. The only condition is you will not be permitted to enter the degree level if these 2 conditions are not satisfied. That is what is given here, that you will get your original diploma certificates even if the criteria is not satisfied, but you won't be permitted to enter the degree level. So, students in the diploma level who are planning to enter the degree level May 2024 or later, please keep this in mind. This is a very important change in condition that we have brought about. Please ensure and look into what your CGPA is. Your progress card should have your latest CGPA after the December term has completed and now we've released it. It should have the latest CGPA in it. Check whatever is the CGPA there and also check your project grades. So count the points against each letter grade and see what CGPA you get across the projects you have done. See whether you have to improve it and whether you will satisfy this criteria. Content that's released in every course, I think you're familiar with this already, having gone through the foundation level. Certain components we have put it in red here because as the level goes higher in the degree program, like we have always said, we also start reducing the support from our side so that students actually learn how to study from the program on their own, right? So in the foundation level, there's a lot more support, there are a lot more hours of live sessions that we're doing. In diploma, we cut it down by a bit more. In degree level, it is only one session per week that we do for every course. So we hope that students will actually learn to learn by going through the program, that they don't need a support. They are, independent enough to refer to other sources of content, other sources of doubt clearing apart from just our program, and are able to manage the courses. Hence, activity questions may not be there for every video in the diploma courses. The practice assignment too may not be there in many of the courses. Mock tests, I don't think we are giving for each and every course of both the diplomas. Wherever it is there, of course, you can use it, but it may not be available in all the diploma courses. Tips to do the course well. So this is something we always have been saying consistently. Go through each and every video on your own, make your own notes, because when you watch a video, you will understand what you have to kind of make note of and whatever is required for you before the exam comes and for you to actually have a revision. Attempt assignments on your own. Do not blindly copy from answers given by somebody somewhere in some, say, WhatsApp group or Telegram group without understanding how they arrived at the solution. If you're stuck somewhere, taking help is not a problem. But blindly copying just the answers and making submissions will not help you, because when the proctored exams come, be it at the center or be it the online proctored programming exams, you will have to do it on your own. There is no help available at that time, and if you don't do the weekly assignments on your own, you're going to get stuck at that point. Then also be very, very alert about the WhatsApp messages we send regarding so many things about the courses, right? The deadlines for the weekly assignments, deadlines for maybe a drop window, the exam city change windows that we have, maybe some special instructions regarding the OPP and the quizzes and so on. So watch out for the WhatsApp messages that we send out, for the announcement mails we send out. At least make it a practice that every day you check your mailbox for mails from us and for messages from us. That will keep you kind of updated on whatever we have sent so that you don't miss out on any important information. Again, a thing we have been always saying, don't rely on websites selling solutions to assignments, because one, they are absolutely not authorized by us. We don't have any partnership with any of these websites. Our instructors, our live sessions, our discourse forum is the support that we give to our students, and we believe that if you are watching the videos and attending these, it is more than enough for you to pass the course. There is no need for any other external support like this, which is these website selling solutions or somebody selling solutions or private groups and all. You really don't need that if you're sincere in studying, and taking help is okay again, but not subscribing to such websites. Also, the discussion forum is very rich in these courses. A lot of questions have been asked by the students in the past, or they will be asking in the current term. If you know the answers, please do reply. It also helps you clear your understanding. If you don't know, follow those threads and you will get answers from somebody, which helps you again clear your own doubts that you may have. Calendar, again, you must be knowing this, but sync up the calendar for all the courses along with your calendar. You will know when all the sessions are happening so that you don't miss out on any live sessions by either the instructors or the teaching assistants. Additional support, this is something that we have started over the last couple of terms based on student feedback, based on use for students, based on the requirements also. That is something that's there. So the last 3 terms, we have been bringing in students, senior students who have completed the course with very good grades and have an overall good CGPA. We are inviting applications from them, interviewing them, and then selecting maybe 1 or 2 students per course as a teaching assistant. So they are teaching assistants for the courses, and they take sessions almost every day, or at least 5 days out of the 7 days in a week. They also do office hours and they take live sessions for the students. which you can also join and clear your doubts. If you think that it's easier to join a student-led session because they are like your peers, they are like your friends rather than maybe an instructor-led session, this might be something that you can really make use of. And we have also started from last term 1:10 dedicated tutoring sessions. So again, senior students with very good grades in the course and good CGPA are selected as course tutors. And if you think that you need smaller group sizes to study and groups that will kind of meet multiple times in a week, and there is dedicated time for a particular course with whom you can study and who you can ask doubts, these sessions are for you. So last term we did this for about, I think, 15 courses. So there was a tutor to whom about 10 students were assigned who wanted this particular help. There's an additional fee payment for this, and every week this tutoring sessions would happen at least for 5 or 6 hours, basically 3 days, 2 hours each. They would do this. They would go over the content of that particular week. They would go through the activity practice assignment and also kind of guide you through the graded assignment. It is just that time commitment you have to do of when that session is scheduled, and then you can make use of it. These sessions were typically run from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And we also had, I think, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. batch. So based on the demand from the students, we were also asking for tutors and we were conducting these classes. So if you think that on your own, you are not able to put aside time, but maybe some initiative like this where you sign up, then you will be kind of, pushed into marking the time onto your calendar, attending these and doing it might be helpful for you. I think it's always good to sign up for these tutoring sessions, especially if you got a U grade and you've not completed some course or you're stuck in some courses of the diploma. These might be a great way to actually be a part of and learn from that group and kind of pass the course. So look into this, and if you feel the need, please do sign up for this. I think the payments will come in the payment pending section for whatever courses you have registered to in the Jan 2024 term, and you can make use of those sessions during the entire term. So rather than doing a remedial which is like a 2-week burst, these are sessions that happen through the 12 weeks of the term. So you can kind of study in the group for the 12 weeks and do it. And also a past experience tells us that students who have regularly attended these sessions have done really well and improve their grades by a margin of at least 2 or 3 grade points for the course. So that is something that we have seen, but yes, you have to be regular attending these sessions. If students are doing your projects, right, there are 4 projects like we said. If you're doing a project and again you think you need help in doing your projects, it is not again about somebody giving you with the code and you copying the code and submitting the project. But basically you work out, maybe you're stuck in some part, you're not able to debug, you need some one-on-one help. In that case, we have senior students who have done well in projects also available as course mentors. So we assign a course mentor to you. This is again for an extra fee that is there. And these course mentors can do up to 5 hours of interaction with you. So basically they will go through the code, they will tell you what improvements are required, give you tips on how to do it better before you submit, maybe check it once before you also make the submission and ensure that it is working fine. They will not give you the exact code. You cannot ask them to write the code and give it to you. That's not part of the deal, but they will help debug wherever is required. Wherever you have a blocker, they will try to kind of remove for you, maybe explain 1 or 2 key concepts that you have missed out or something that will help the project keep going. So students also function as project mentors. They are available. Again, the fee you pay, all of it goes towards payment for these course mentors that we onboard. The last part is remedial classes. So we find that again in the DBMS, when we have an OPP, there's a question that students have to mandatorily pass. The connection of the database to the application has to be done. That is one of the mandatory questions that is there. And many students seem not to pass this, though this is also given as an assignment, I think in week 6 or 7 of the DBMS course. So what we have been doing in the past is run remedial classes for students who sign up to get them practiced on this particular aspect of it. So we run maybe 1 week or 2 weeks of daily 2-hour sessions where students come in code and get practiced on this. Same is with say the Java also. We find that OPP failures in Java is also pretty large. So we ran a couple of remedial classes for students who did not clear the OPP in Java too. So based on need based on time availability and based on demand, we also do some remedial sessions which are more like a short-term burst kind of a thing of 1 week, 2 weeks, and maybe every day 2 weeks, and we kind of complete that training for students so that they are able to get over the blocker that has been there for them. These are just some highlights again that is there. So practice coding in DBMS, Java and PDSA, like I have been saying over the past couple of minutes. We see a high failure in OPP in these courses, so make a point to practice writing programs in each of these, doing the graded assignments yourself. Avoid malpractice in the projects and make them your flagship showcase. I think it's very important that these projects, when you probably put them up on GitHub, or you put your BDM project on LinkedIn, or maybe your MLP project is on Kaggle, you can actually showcase those handles in your resume as your project that you have done for this particular program. It helps a lot because when people are say looking for resources, one of the things they say is share your GitHub ID or share your GitLab ID, right? And at that point, if you have this project put up there, it really sends a good signal to say that you have done a reasonable sized project, you have hosted it and it was working too. So the code quality will also give them an idea of the kind of programmer that you are. So don't take your projects lightly. Don't do your project such that you spend hardly like 5-6 hours, do the bare minimum to pass through it and so on, but spend considerable time on your projects. You have a whole term of about 8 to 10 weeks in which you can do it. Just like you spend time every week on a theory course, solving the weekly graded assignments, watching the videos, I think you should spend time on your project also, doing parts of it slowly over the period of 8-10 weeks so that it builds up beautifully and you're able to submit a complete wholesome project as a submission. And for the full-time students who are in the IIT MBS program, we recommend that you start internships right after foundation level if you get it, because you would already know Python programming. Hopefully you've done it well and you understand it. That is a good skill to have and you can find an internship. Otherwise, even after having completed a couple of courses in the diploma or one diploma, you should be getting some internships if you're a full-time BS student. So that'll give you an opportunity to maybe work for a concern, work with some people, get real hands-on experience on this, and that will help you when you're also going into your degree level. In general, for all students in the diploma program, we have courses on C++, Haskell programming, cloud computing and so on in NPTEL. We would really urge that you get into NPTEL and explore the range of courses we have there. So we offer about 700 courses per semester on NPTEL, and that is like a huge opportunity for you all to learn whatever you wish to learn. So go there and explore the technical courses we have, as well as of course the non-technical courses that you would like to study, and explore what is available at NPTEL, complete certifications from there. We are also running a lot of workshops on our side, be it MSLE based, be it some other workshops from working professionals in the industry, hands-on coding, hands-on projects also. These are typically conducted in the evenings or on the weekends, and we do send out reminders for students to register, informing them about such opportunities again. So do sign up for these workshops and try to learn something outside of the curriculum and the program too. These will really give you an enhanced vision of what is out there and also be points that you can put on your resume. We also organize talks by industry experts regularly. I try to attend these talks because these are on the cutting edge technology that is happening on the current ecosystem out there in the industry. It gives you a better perspective of what is happening there. Even for interviews, when you go, this wholesome kind of an information will really help you when they ask you questions about, the general technology out there and so on. So that is something that you have to do. And for full-time students, we would definitely recommend in the diploma level that, or rather even in the foundation level, in fact, we will say, right, that you have to start becoming a part of the student-led events. Organizing, any events that are out there, organizing events as part of Paradox, being part of the Paradox teams that do say the infrastructure or the web admin or anything else that they are out there. About 300 to 400 volunteers typically Paradox looks out for when we have to organize an event to the scale of say 3,000 people attending it on campus in the month of May at IIT Madras, right? So you do need a large scale team that will manage all the logistics for that particular program. So we would urge that, to have a different dimension on your resume, you also be a part of all such events as organizing team, as a volunteer, as a core, as an event organizer. They have multiple positions there. So you all should be signing up for it, and you should participate and contribute to such events also. We have many houses, clubs and societies. I hope you're aware of it and you signed up to some of them. Again, participate in events that they organize, and see whatever is happening there. See whether you can be at least a participant, if not an organizer. Certificates for academic excellence. So this is something that we started last year and we gave out in Paradox. We will be continuing this and maybe adding up some more categories to this. But for now, we have 3 categories of certificates that we are awarding students. So we have the Certificate of Excellence, which is given to toppers in the program. The number is not fixed. We will decide it year on year based on how the students are performing. And at the end of 2 diplomas and at the end of the batch that is getting out the BS degree, the Certificate of Excellence will be awarded to a certain set of toppers. So this will be the first category of awards that we have. The second category of awards that we have is Certificates of Academic Distinction. So all students who have a CGPA of more than 9.5 at the end of 2 diplomas or at the end of the BS degree will be awarded this certificate. So last year when we gave it out, there were 2 in the Certificate of Excellence category, 2 toppers in that category, and there were 8 in the Certificates of Academic Distinction category. The third category is Certificates of Merit, which is awarded to students who have a CGPA between 9 and 9.5. So there were 27 such students in this and they were also awarded such certificates. So these will be given in Paradox, and we also have a web page on our website that is dedicated to showcasing such toppers, and we hope that you can all aspire to be belonging in this category. Keep your CGPA up there. We don't have a limit on the number of students, at least in the Certificates of Merit and Certificates of Academic Distinction. So all of you can actually do very well and come into this category. We'd be happy to award more and more certificates to students who fall into this category. And certificates for the best projects are also awarded every term. So every project that is there, the group of instructors give us the list of students who performed exceedingly well and did the best projects in that particular term. So they also get certificates from the program for best projects, and these students are also showcased on the website that is there. Opportunities to be a course TA, I think I would like to highlight this definitely for students in the diploma level, especially the students who are doing the standalone, who can contribute time and effort to the program. So like I was talking about the course TAs, right, who are senior students who have done well in the course and who have a very good CGPA, we are inviting them back to be course teaching assistants. This is the way that we operate. So we put out an opportunity and position requirement to students, and we say we invite applications for these positions of course TAs. So you can apply with your resume. There are certain restrictions on CGPA eligibility being more than 8.5, maybe an S grade in the subject for which you're going to apply for being a course TA. And it's not just these two, you need very good communication skills in terms of spoken and written, because you will be doing live sessions, interacting with students, maybe answering their queries on discourse and so on. So we require you to have good communication skills, and we would definitely prefer standalone students as opposed to students being part of another program or working professions, because the time would be limited for them in their case, while standalone students would benefit much more from such opportunities. Once we receive the applications, the group of instructors will interview and select the final candidates who are going to be course teaching assistants. So what are the benefits that such course TAs get? One, they get to spend a term at IIT Madras campus along with hostel accommodation. So every term, currently about 30 to 40 TAs are being selected, and they are coming and spending a term at IIT Madras during that particular time. So it gives them an opportunity to explore the campus, it gives them an opportunity to interact and network with faculty in the department. They can check for project opportunities after their TA-ship is over to also become like a project associate somewhere. They can explore opportunities in the research park or outside also in this time. So we hope that this one term in IIT Madras will give students an opportunity to explore whatever is available so that they can take it up next after the TA-ship is done. So that is a main benefit for being a course TA. Of course, there is a stipend involved that kind of covers their monthly expenses. TAs can also interact with the instructors here and probably work on research problems if there are any that the instructors are working on. If you're in the once you come to the degree level and maybe you're a course TA, then you can also audit on-campus courses or you can credit on-campus courses, because we do have that opportunity. Of course, the availability is very limited, number of seats is very limited, we'll have to see, but there is an opportunity where you can credit and audit on-campus courses, right? And letters of recommendation from the instructors is possible if you work with them, because they would have seen you for over 4 months on how you work, and they would know you much better that they can give you a letter of recommendation. So this is the opportunity available to be a course TA. So those of you students who are especially standalone students who have a very good CGPA, who have good course grades, if you would like to avail this, please apply to us in the May term. I think the January term selections are almost over. So apply to us in the May term and then you can avail this opportunity. These students who are selected as a course tutor or a project mentor can work online and do not essentially get campus accommodation. They do get a stipend, and letters of recommendation from the instructors are very much possible for becoming a course tutor or a project mentor. Here is a slide that captures how do you prepare your profile for applying for internships or getting ready for placement, as you complete maybe your 2 diplomas if you have a degree outside, or if you are completing your BSc, BS degree. Preparing a profile for a period of maybe 2 or 3 years is a good thing, and you need to start thinking about it on what you will showcase there, which will make you stand out from so many other applicants for any position in any company or higher education or any other possibility. First column kind of shows what are the basics you should start off with. You should start with your resume. Start making your resume with whatever you have as your skill sets, showcasing whatever you know best. Maybe a website to also show off your profile, your various projects done, your other capabilities, your organizing capabilities, anything else that you have, maybe the other degree you're doing or your work experience and so on. LinkedIn, GitHub profiles are very, very important because a lot of recruiters and internship providers do look out for these. They want to see the projects that you've worked hands-on and actually have posted on these handles. So LinkedIn and GitHub handles are very important that you have to create for yourself. English test, mock test, employability test is something that the team will do with you to just check how ready you are to face interviews for internships or recruitment much later on. Participation in hackathons and competitions and so on are also important because it lets you gauge and evaluate yourself against the larger pool that is out there. So participating in such competitions kind of also broadens your horizon on where you stand amongst the thousands or lakhs of applicants who are going to be applying for the same positions as you are, and seeing where in terms of skill set you are going to distinguish yourselves from them. So that is something that's there. There is a set of activity points that are also defined for activities to be done in every single course. I think the IIC will talk more about this on a session with you all as you complete a diploma. They will have periodic sessions on what you have to do, how you can do it, and where you can accrue these points. And for you to apply for internship through IIC, I think you should complete at least 1 diploma with us, after which you can apply to get an internship through us through the IIC. They do have some norms on what you have to complete as training programs, as activity points before they can share opportunities with you, and you should be available full time to be able to take up these opportunities. Many times in the past, we have found that students have applied for internship opportunities, companies have offered them, and then they come back and say, sorry, I cannot work out of this particular location that the company is saying, or I cannot do it as a full-time because I'm already doing something else, and so on. So it doesn't look good on the program when offers are made and offers are not taken by the students. It hurts the other students who are also waiting for such opportunities. So only if you're available as on a full-time basis to take up such opportunities, the IIC will forward your applications for either the positions of internship or recruitment later on.
So, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. Very happy to see you all. I just checked the YouTube. I think there are another 80 people there, but I'm not sure whether they are really diploma students. If you have any questions, we can take it up. Hope you've seen the orientation that gives you an idea of the diploma level. You've gone through the diploma level course orientation so that you know about the courses. You've gone through the grading document that gives you an idea of what the grading patterns in the diploma levels are. And hope you've gone through all of it. You're aware of what you're into when you get into the diploma level. It is one of the most difficult parts of the entire BS program, like we see. So, at the beginning, when students enter the foundation level after the qualifier, it seems like only about 55 to 60% are passing the 8 courses of the foundation and starting the diploma level. So out of 100 people who join the foundation level, only 55 or 60 actually pass the 8 courses and get into diploma. So there itself, one portion of students is not even making it to the diploma. But out of even that 60 students who are joining the diploma level, we are finding that only 10 students are completing both diplomas and getting on to the degree level. Sorry. And another maybe 15 students are completing one diploma and taking an exit. So the remaining 30-35 students are not completing a diploma also. They are doing maybe a few theory courses, maybe finishing all theory courses, but not the projects that are there with them, and so on. So this is the drop-off rate in the program that is happening, where people are not able to cope with the program, either for time reasons, either for rigor reasons, either for priority with other items or some such like that. But basically, only about 10 out of those 60 who complete foundation level are even completing both diplomas. And these students, I would say the common trait that I have seen is a huge amount of focus that they have on completing the 2 diplomas, right? Being very consistent with their work that they do week on week, being very consistent in at least 3 courses being taken every term, focusing and completing their projects on time so that they don't kind of delay too much and maybe forget it or have issues with it. Have enough time to do the project so that even if in one term they're not able to complete, they complete it in the next term. I think that's the kind of focus you need to complete the 2 diplomas. And the typical time that we are seeing people take to complete 2 diplomas is 4 to 6 terms. That is like the average that we are seeing. 4 is also still a bit aggressive, I will say. If you're a standalone student, doing only this 4 terms is doable. In fact, 3 terms itself, some of them do it, but 3 is too much, 4 is okay. But if you're a student in a college, then maybe 5 or even 6 terms. 2 years, I would say, is a good time to finish a diploma. Do two theory courses every term and do one project in one of the 3 terms. So 1 year you finish one diploma, another year you finish another diploma. I think that could be something that you're doing as part of the diploma program. So this is just to warn you again about keeping your pace in the diploma level. Diploma is several steps more difficult than a foundation level course. It is not like the Maths 1, Maths 2 you studied. Python was very, very simple. Here, the PDSA will be difficult. DBMS will be requiring practice. MAD 1, MAD 2 are new concepts that you have to learn a lot. On the same side, MLT, MLP, and all are pretty practice intensive. You have to learn it properly as the foundations. The business courses, you'll have to understand what is the business being done. And tools and data science is now, if you guys are kind of plugged into the entire student community system, tools and data science is no longer seen as an easy course. It is seen as quite a difficult course. It is quite intensive. The projects that they are giving are extremely hands-on, extremely very nice, that they help you learn a lot of things. but it's not something that you can do one day before the project deadline. You'll have to spend considerable time on it, and you'll have to do a good job of it. Only then do you pass the tools in data science course. The pass percentage in tools in data science course is about 70%. Or in fact, this time it was even close to like 62% or something like that. It was not even like 80 or 90 like the other courses. It was like 62 to 70%. Same thing with system commands. I will say theory might seem okay, but many of them do not pass the OPPs in system commands. So that is something that you'll have to really work on. It's a totally completely system, a Linux based system, which is very different from what you would have seen in Python or Java. So you'll have to kind of practice more on the system commands. Don't spend less time, think it is less important because it's a 3 credit course or something. I know people who have given me video interviews who have done system commands 3, 4, 5 times. They have repeated the entire course because they could not pass it and kept getting due grades. Don't get into that particular loop, but do it pretty well, practice it from day one. So that is something that I'll do here. I think the video kind of outlined all the aspects of the diploma level that are currently available. So I didn't want to go over it again. So directly I'll take questions from people who are within the Zoom link. You can raise your hand. I will unmute you and then you can ask your question so that we can do it. If there are answers to the questions you're asking, which are already there in the grading document or the orientation video, something like that, I would say refer to those. Those are more detailed in some level. If there are questions that are more personalized to you also, maybe we can take it in a mail. If it's something generic that everybody would benefit from, I would like to definitely take those questions. Okay. So raise your hands. I will request you to unmute and you can take it on from there. So I think the first student is Adrija Chatterjee. Yes, I think you can go ahead and unmute.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Ma'am, I have one doubt with the placement activity points. I did not quite understand like what is it about or how it is going to benefit about the
Yeah, so placement activity points are a set of points that you have to accumulate by doing some coding activities on other platforms. So for instance, for the programming side, if you want to get some activity points to get an internship or going for placements in the degree level, then we ask that you go to Lead Code or HackerRank, HackerEarth. These are programming platforms where there are a lot of simple to medium complexity to high complexity kind of questions. So these are platforms where anybody can come in, not just our students. It is not like the course GRPAs that we give you, but they are something that is an open platform that anybody can go and learn. So basically, you will also see the kind of questions that the general world and the general population out there sees. So we say that you have to go in there and start showcasing some more expertise in the areas that you would like to do. So maybe Java programming, get some more points, get a badge. There are badges for the simple level, the medium level, and they have some levels that are there. There are questions on PDSA. Definitely any company you go to has questions in the interview about data structures and algorithms. It's something that you cannot escape at all. Something, if you call yourself a programmer, you have to know. So that is something that you have to learn very well. So there are questions on Lead Code and HackerRank and all for PDSA. There are questions on databases also, which you can go through. So what we say is, apart from just the courses and exercises you do with us, go to a third-party platform and also keep practicing there even after you finish the courses with us to get some additional points and expertise level there. Similarly, for ML side, I think we have suggested some Kaggle platforms that you can go to. For the system commands, I think there is a virtual machine, a VM task that we give you, and there are exercises on that task. There's no external platform. We didn't find any. So whatever VM task we are giving, that is the activity points that we are counting it towards. So these are more like additional practice to give you exposure to outside platforms, and then also kind of be ready for the interviews either at the diploma level for internship or for placements. And many times these are very prestigious platforms, and if you get a good badge, right, as a good programmer or has completed medium level or high level or something like that, you can actually put it on your resume. It's extremely valuable when you put a resume to say, on a Lead Code platform, I am this kind of a programmer. Resume takers actually look out for it, and the minute you say that, they know that it is like a third party evaluation. It's like a gate exam you write and get a good score, right? It's somebody conducting the exam and they're evaluating you. So once you put it on your resume, immediately people know that you're a serious coder and your level has been established in a platform where everybody from across the country and probably even globally comes in. So that is what you have to do for this. So I would say once you take the courses with us and complete, start on the side in parallel, going to these platforms and also start coding, or at least once you finish PDSA, what is happening is students are just forgetting PDSA. After 1 year, when they go in for an interview, they say, oh, that I studied about 1 year back, now I don't remember the concepts. And you can't say that in an interview. So to keep yourself kind of practiced and to keep yourself kind of coding certain concepts all the time, these platforms are useful. Is that okay, Adrija?
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, another doubt that is about the projects. Like this term, I have taken one project on the application development. So, ma'am, about the projects in the theory lectures that we have, like when we do the theory lectures of the same course, so will we be informed about that? They're also like about the basics and all that. Is it completely different? Like,
No, the
are they
projects is a
interlinked?
different team. No. So the concepts in the theory course, especially for MAD 1, do correspond to what you have to keep building in the MAD 1 project. So in fact, what the team will say is from week 3 onwards, you can actually start the MAD 1 project in parallel. As you learn in the theory course, you can go in parallel and kind of do the project also. You can at least start off there depending on, of course, your experience, expertise level. Whether you can complete it depends on you. But the way that the project and the MAD 1 theory course are structured are they can go in parallel. By week 10 you should be able to finish the MAD 1 project also. The MAD 2 project requires you to do a little more of Google searching, little more reading of documentation outside. It's not a straightforward one-to-one mapping. What we teach you is what we expect you to implement will not be there. We have given you a bit more task to implement in the MAD 2 project, for which you have to do some additional reading. So I would suggest for MAD 2, maybe complete the theory course. You can start it off in parallel, but again, on how much you know programming or you're new to programming. If you're new to programming, then MAT 2 project might be difficult along with the theory course. You can do it after maybe. But if you are very comfortable with programming, you've been doing programming, maybe in college you have a CS degree or something like that, then the MAT 2 in parallel with the theory is fine. That is something. But MAT 1 theory, MAT 1 project in parallel is okay. MAT 2 project, I would say, take some time because it's a little more intense. A lot of concepts are there that are new that you have to study and learn well. Students have quoted many times, you have to go to external sources and study. That might be something you have to do. So that is something to watch out for.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Next is Ajib Salim. You can unmute yourself, Ajib. Ajib Salim, are you there? I see you raised hand, but I'm asking you to unmute. I'm giving you the permission, but I don't see that. Okay, I'll go to the next person. Ananya Keshav.
Yeah, ma'am. Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to
Morning.
know if I am continuing in the degree course, will I be getting diploma certificate for these two courses? I mean, for data science and
Yes,
programming.
you will get diploma certificates, but not the original certificates. It will be the course completion provisional kind of certificates because you're continuing in the program. So diploma is like the second year, right? So typically you'll get like the second year equivalent of certificates because you're going to third year next.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Arvind Murthy.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
My question is regarding the bonus points and peer review for the assignments. Can you please explain that?
In which course do we have peer review?
I think I've seen it in BDM theory course.
Okay. So BDM, I don't know what they are structuring the assignments to this time, but initially we had something like 1,500 data sets created so that each student gets a different data set. Questions were tuned to every data set so that the answers would be different and so on. They had done something like that. Then I think last term we reduced it to 4 assignments rather than 11 assignments for every week, and we made it into something like that. I don't know the pattern they're coming out with this time there. So basically, I think in that there is some charts to be done, some visualization to be done. So we ran a unproctored exam as part of being given a data set, and you do some analysis in an Excel and you submit the Excel to us along with some charts. So since those can't be auto-evaluated, I think there was some peer evaluation that was required for it. So I think 2 days time was given where students will be given other student submission, you check it and you basically put in marks as per the rubrics. This is the closest I can answer about that, but more specifics will come when the course is running.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Another question is regarding the qualifier marks. Does it have any weightage in the overall assessment in the diploma level?
Okay, you're a direct admission student.
Yes.
No, the qualifier doesn't have anything in the courses. The courses are independent units. You just have to do the courses as such. How many courses have you taken?
4 courses this term and a project.
Okay, so you're doing BDM and then what else?
BDM project. Apart from the foundation courses, there is MLF and BDM.
Okay, so Stats 2, Maths 2, MLF and BDM.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Stats 2, Maths 2. If you're not in touch with maths, it's going to be really intense, and you will need a lot of math, a lot of stats to learn. So since we have a 3-week break in between starting from May 23rd to June 15th, I would really suggest that you go through all the contents and kind of be prepared with the Stats 2, Maths 2. It's how many years of a break, or are you continuously studying? What's your profile kind of?
Kind of, yes, ma'am. I'm working, but then I'm in touch with the subjects. I've been programming as well. So
okay, programming is fine, but the math stats, look out for it so that you actually pass it. People struggle with it if you've had a break in math stats. BDM should be fine. It's more of the business part of it with some data analysis, mostly on Excel, nothing more than that. MLF is all theoretical and it builds on the stats too, and then it starts off with the linear algebra and a bit of other probability and stuff like that. So that should be okay. MLT, MLP, when it comes again, will be programming and kind of code. So yeah, should be okay, Arvind. I think. Hope you do.
sure, ma'am. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Tanya, are you there? I'm asking you to unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me.
Ma'am, I have taken BDM and DBMS for this term. I
Okay.
also have an offline college going on, so this is a summer break term. I have heard from my seniors quite terrible things about the DBMS, OPPE, and the ROE in BDM. So, please give an idea.
Yeah, if you've heard terrible things, I think you should go and actually find out what the reality is. If you don't prepare for the OPP, it is going to be terrible. It is not just about DBMS. All the courses that have OPPs, if you don't prepare, it's going to be terrible. And if you really know how to code, if you're practicing to code, like I said, we specifically give you a data set. We're asking you SQL queries. We are telling you from week 7, there is a mandatory question that you'll have to attempt where you have to know how to connect a database to an application. That is something that you have to know. As a programmer, as a coder, tomorrow, if you go to a company and say, I'm going to write an application for you, I think there's a least that is expected of you where you know to write a database, you know to write an application and also say how the application will either put items into the database or pull items from there. So that's what we are testing you on. So I would really say that yeah, watch out for people who have been talking about the courses and have completed the courses and gone into the degree level. You should be talking to them on how to handle the courses better and probably learn from their experience. And that would be one of my suggestions. Definitely have a good friends group who's also interested in studying and who's putting in the effort to study. That really helps with getting your doubts cleared and kind of helping you move forward. So DBMS, PDSA, MAD1, system commands, TDS, MLP and all will require definitely week on week work that you have to put in. If you slack off a bit, you're going to not really understand and performance is going to be bad, or your foundations will really be shaky. That's something not just for you, but for everybody out here. I'm going to keep on reiterating this. A 1 or 2 week of slacking off and you're going to be kind of out of tune in the course. It's going to be much, much harder in the diploma level. It definitely is several notches above the foundation level. You have to give it the kind of time that we have said, which is about 15 to 20 hours per week per course. That is very, very important. With respect to BDM, like I said, we have been trying out these attempts of one data set per student per week. So if there were 11 weeks of assignments, we have tried 1,500 data sets every single week that were new data sets and questions based on it. Yes, there were issues with that where there were some outlier data that was coming out. There was something because all these were getting generated automatically and we were trying it out. So that has been an issue, but it has been sorted over the last 2 or 3 terms. But you won't get ready-made solutions like a worked out solution. Can I go somewhere and find out something? No, they do it. They do discussions in live session. You're supposed to attend the live sessions for discussion of the assignments. That is something that they expect you to do in the BDM course. It is in the evenings only. It's once a week. So I think that can be hopefully managed on all your sides. The ROE was something that we did last time where, again, students were given a 1 hour. They had to do some analysis of some data and the peer review had to be done. So yes, there were some issues in it, but later it got sorted out. But then again, the expectation is students study and they come, which is not what we find that they're doing. So generic answer, if you study well, if you do every week, keeping up with the content, if you watch the videos, make your notes and not just jump to, I will learn from the slides or I will look at previous assignment answers and plug the answers in and hence handle it in the quiz or an OPP, it's going to be a disaster. You have to do weekly video watching, weekly notes taking, weekly assignments on your own, practice programming if the course requires it. Then I think diploma is doable. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard.
No, ma'am, that is not the thing. I do make my own notes. I've always been doing that. But in my thing is, I'm pretty new to programming. So even though I did well in Python overall in the foundation level, speed was a little bit of a problem for me in the OPP because
You have to practice.
I did
There's
practice.
no alternative to practice. Speed will come only when you practice. Every day you do 2 hours of coding. At the end of 3 months, you are going to be a much better professional. And without speed, it's not going to work because OPPs do have a time limitation.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, you said 11 assignments for BDM, but we got an update which says it's only going to have 4 assignments this.
That's what I said. 11 was about 2 terms ago. Last term, we made it 4. So we've been tweaking it to see how we want to optimize it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Shivani, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
Yeah.
ma'am. Actually,
Yeah,
I
good
have
morning.
a doubt. As far as in the foundation level, they said that it's okay to only focus on, not only, but we can study for also focus on the materials provided by IITM like recorded videos and activities. So practice assignment, graded assignment, you will be getting a good grade. Then what about the diploma, ma'am? Is it okay to go through the path or should I need any extra
Which courses
books
have
to
you taken?
refer? I took DBMS, BDM, Medium Project, and MLF, ma'am.
See, MLF is more an extension of stats 2, and then it starts off with foundations of ML, which will be linear algebra and probability and all of it. So that will be doable. You can watch the lectures, but there are excellent lectures on ML by Gilbert Strang. That's what the students have been saying that they have been using. There are videos of it. There's a book also. That's something that they refer to. You can probably watch out for that. But otherwise, the content given in MLF is more than enough. BDM is also self-contained where they do it, but it's a little bit more since you all are 18, 19-year-olds coming out of school. I don't know how much of a exposure to business concepts any of you have. So if you don't know how a business runs, you don't watch the news, you don't read much on the business side of it, everything might be new for you in terms of concepts or what it involves or what they're talking about. So suddenly they talk about sales data, stocks data, how will the stocks change if the sales moves, the sales thing, the loss, how does it change and all of it. It might be a bit of economics, it might be a bit of numbers that are there related to businesses, and also that understanding, I do not know, it depends on the background you come from, but the content is more than enough for you to handle the assignments is what I've heard again from BDM. DBMS, it's excellent. The course is absolutely, I think, self-contained. In fact, the instructors do a fantastic job of doing the live sessions and going through every content that is there, the assignments that are there. There are enough and more material over the last 4 years that we've run for DBMS. If you watch it, it should be there, but you'll need a lot of practice. Like I was telling the previous student also, you need to sit down and program. You need to be comfortable with programming. You need to do it within a particular time limit also. So it's not enough that you know to do 3 problems of DBMS query and connecting the application to the database in say 6 hours time. We need you to do it in like 1.5 hours time. So that will be the difference where you will get tested and you have to get more proficient at some level. All the other courses also, like I said, see, Mad1 is a very open thing, right? It is a technology that we are teaching you at some level, which is fine. It starts with CSS, HTML and all of it, which is pretty easy at some level. But technology, when you go to the industry, is very different. Each one uses their own. You have to learn a bit of it and so on. So for handling the exams, it should be okay. But in general, you might have to practice outside of what we teach also if you're going in for internships and placements. System commands, learning what we teach, but a lot of practice. Again, it's a very different system from Python or Java that is there. Again, Java is an object-oriented programming. Python is not an object-oriented programming. Linux is like a black box with white text that you will see. Again, a very different thing where you don't have icons to click and something like that to go there. There's no UI there for a student, right? So they're all very different boxes that you have to be able to handle at the same time. Finally, it's up to the time that you put in, up to the understanding that you get in, how much you're willing to invest in every single course to understand it, right? How much of expertise you want to get. But the contents are enough. There are enough and more practice assignments and graded assignment. In fact, in PDSA, DBMS, even in system commands, every week I think we have 5 or 6 programming assignments which are for practice. There are 5 or 6 graded programming assignments also. So if you sit and solve on your own without any help, all of this, that itself is a big deal. You'll be doing about 12 into say 560 plus 60, 120 programs in 3 months, which is a lot of programming actually. But you have to do it on your own. When you're stuck, you should learn how to debug on your own. You should be able to kind of figure out where you are making the common mistakes, what is the logic used, and do all of it. So I will say it is self-contained, but no harm in going out and also learning more concepts outside, more interesting videos outside. And it is also about a fit of the student to the faculty, right? In a classroom, in a school or a college, when you go, the same teacher teaches 50 students. Why do all the 50 students not perform the same way as a good performing student? It is more of the way that they teach and what I understand, right? The way that they teach, do I understand it? Do I need some other kind of teacher who gives me a different example for me to understand? Those are things that depend on the student, I think. So if you're not understanding something with what our faculty are teaching, maybe you have to search YouTube for some better videos, for some better lectures on it, which kind of fit your style, and probably go through it. That is what I will say here.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bhavna, are you there? Bhavna, if you're there, can you unmute and speak, please? Okay, I'll go to the next person. Manoj, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am. Very good morning.
Morning.
I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, once again, good morning. Ma'am, I with just very little query, ma'am. Two queries, ma'am. Actually, one of my senior colleague has passed BDM. He told earlier there was no quiz 1 and quiz 2. But in this ma'am, I have seen that, ma'am, there's a quiz 2 and there's one new term, ma'am, ROI, ma'am, remote online, ma'am. Just, ma'am, little query about this ROI, ma'am. And, ma'am, second query was that.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
Please, ma'am, you continue, ma'am.
Yeah. So the ROE is called remote online exam, which we do without proctoring. So we are not proctoring. You would have been used to the OPPs that we do, which are the online proctored programming exams. There's a proctor sitting and then you come in and through the Gmeet, we are also seeing what you do and so on. So that is called a proctored programming exam, which is conducted online. The remote exam that we do, ROE, the remote online exam, has no proctoring. So you log into the portal, you will see the exam at that particular designated time, and you'll have to work it out. So basically the BDM course uses a lot of Excel work. Even the weekly assignments, the 4 assignments that they ask you to do is based on Excel work. What they want to test you is also given a data set. Can you analyze some things in that data, right? And for that, they're not expecting you to do heavy programming and modeling and all of it, but they're just expecting you to do kind of use the Excel functions to analyze the data that's there. But since Excel does not work in the TCS exam partner centers where we go to, we cannot open an Excel sheet there. We are doing this kind of an exam as part of the assessments here. So as part of the remote online exam, each of you will be given a data set. There'll be some questions based on the data set. Say it is a sales data of some company or something. There'll be some 5 or 10 questions based on that data set. You'll have to analyze the data set using Excel and you'll have to put in answers and submit the Excel also to us. So that's a new component that we brought in, because we had only weekly assignments the term before and all that. So we want to change it to bring in a bit more of timed proctored exams. So one was a quiz that we introduced, and one was the this component that we introduced this time.
So ma'am, basically, ma'am, what I got it, ma'am, there's a time constraint basically, but there is no OPP live setting, ma'am.
There's no proctoring. Yeah. So from 8 o'clock to 8:30 on some day in the night, this exam will happen. So that you'll have to be present at that time. You'll do the thing and submit it to us, but we won't be proctoring you.
Got it, ma'am. Second, ma'am, second query is, ma'am, ma'am, I just want to know, ma'am, if we thoroughly go the video lecture which is provided by ITM only, ma'am, thoroughly understand the content which is provided by ITM only, ma'am, will it be sufficient, ma'am, to get the good grades? No need to searching, ma'am, and here and there, ma'am.
That's what, like I answered to the previous student, it depends on your understanding and what we have taught, right? If the faculty and you are completely in sync that you understand everything of what they teach, then there is no need to go elsewhere, because we have done an extensive job of teaching everything, and we are saying that whatever we teach is enough here. But then is it enough for you to be industry ready? Is it enough for you to be kind of internship ready, placement ready? That will be a question mark, because when you go to a company, they could ask you some more questions. Exposure is always good. So what we teach you is teaching the basics. How much can we teach you in 30 hours of video, right? We can only teach you so much. But if you want to explore more, maybe you like a concept, you want to understand more about it. Maybe you don't understand a concept, you want to see who else has taught it in some other way. That is something that we would definitely encourage that you should start studying. So foundation is more like transition from school to college, right? Where a lot of things are spoon fed, and the courses are also more like where we can teach you some things like that. But diploma is now slowly broadening you to the second year, third year of college, where we are expected normally to go to a library, we look up references, we go through the textbooks ourselves, and we also learn some things outside of what the faculty has taught us. That is also one thing that you should keep in mind. So will the videos alone suffice? Yes, they might be sufficient to help you pass the exam and probably get a 60 or 70 marks range. But for you to really get to the top, I would say maybe go through contents a bit more that are outside, especially in technical courses, like I was saying, the DBMS and the PDSA and the ML techniques and all that. At least see what people outside have taught, what else, what other perspective do they bring into it, and do practice on third party platforms apart from our coding thing also. That should give you more confidence, should give you more speed, and of course help you do better in the courses.
Yeah, got it, ma'am. Ma'am, I am able to understand, ma'am, what the teachers are taughting in the video thoroughly, ma'am. Ma'am, for any specific course, can I ask if I thoroughly understand the teacher's content, what they are teaching, ma'am? So, if for any course, ma'am, if I have any external sources, can we specifically ask for this course to the instructor that what extra we should refer for this particular course?
Absolutely. There are a lot of reference books given. You can ask them for videos. A lot of your seniors must also have suggestions on which ones they use. They have a whole history of videos that they've all referred to, used, and all that. I think it should be available somewhere on some group, some site, somewhere in circulation. You can check that also.
By and large, ma'am, we can say, ma'am, if we thoroughly understand, like professor video of IIT, we can thoroughly good grade, ma'am. By and
You
large,
can get
ma'am,
a decent, yes, you can get a decent good grade, I would say. You have to
Thank you,
practice the assignments on your own, understand what is being asked in the assignments, but it's not that assignments will be repeated in the exam. We are changing patterns, and for those of you out here, for those of you who will ever watch this YouTube video, I'm saying that this PYQ has become a big business. People have stopped studying from the videos, but they just go to PYQs, which is previous year question paper. For those who don't know what PYQ means, people are just referring to previous year question papers, previous term to question papers, and solving it, and then coming to the exam center assuming we are going to follow the same pattern. One little tip for you, we are going to be changing patterns. At least 25-30% of the question paper will be different from previous year papers. So if you practice only the previous year papers, not studying enough of the content that we have given, not practicing enough outside of the PYQ, maybe you can handle 50% of the question paper that comes in the exams. 50% you're going to struggle. It is better that you watch videos, better that you do the assignments and understand what is being taught for you to pass a course. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bhavna, are you there, or shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
My question regarding I'm left with two. This term I took TDS and MLB project. My question regarding will I be able? I'm not going through the programming. I am completing only diploma science and quit this program. So my question, I will be able to do TDS according to grading document. There is prerequisite regarding MLF only for TDS. But
Yeah.
as Anand sir provide us, you complete, yeah, you understand all the programming language, matlab whatever you taught in programming, uh, diploma in programming, you understand all these things. That's my query. Will I be able to complete TDS?
Yeah, you can complete TDS. That's what I was saying. The TDS projects are very different. The way that they expect you to do it is completely different from the other courses that we have done. So they expect you to, for instance, write a code to, kind of simulate an LLM. You connect to an LLM that asks something. They ask questions on whatever you provide as the interface and API for doing the LLM, and then kind of whatever queries answers it gives, they mark you based on it and so on. So the way that the assessments are going in that course are very different from what we have as the traditional assessments in the other courses. That might be a little bit of a little bit more difficult for students to handle. If you can handle it, it's very good. That's the only thing. But otherwise, it's very doable, not an issue that's there. So they require a bit of coding, but since you did Python, I think that should be enough for you, not more than that.
Okay, ma'am. Second question regarding will I get the provisional certificate after completing one diploma only?
Yes, you will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Balaji Ramurthy.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Anushri Balaji.
Okay.
And I have taken, I just completed my foundation and I have taken 3 subjects for diploma in programming and 1 project. I'm going slow a bit so that, I can focus. So my question is related to the mentoring part. So I heard that there will be 5 sessions done by the mentor. So do we need to register for a mentorship request beforehand, or we can impromptu request for mentoring? That is first
This
question.
is for not the project, right? Or this for the project?
For the project.
Okay. So for the project, normally we open project mentors registration. So that I don't know if it's open now. Maybe my team can answer that. But we open a form where we say that, do you want to register for getting a project mentor? Maybe halfway through it also you can do it. I will check with the team on this. We used to do it at the beginning, I think, but I'm not sure whether halfway through also we register.
Yes,
Srivarshini,
ma'am.
do you have any? Yeah, Akshay.
Ma'am, yeah. So the mentorship form for the project will be open once the orientation is done. Okay. So the orientation dates are likely in the next week. Say for MLP, it's on 12th, and for app dev, it's on 16th. So likewise, after that, the next day, the mentorship form will be open for you, and it will be open for 1 month.
Okay. Can we opt for 1 or 2 sessions also pro rata value paid, or we have to pay for all 5 sessions for the mentor?
Sorry?
I
See,
mean,
you will be filling the form once, okay? So based on that, the number of sessions that you want to take is dependent upon you. So if your doubts is clear in the first session itself, then well and good. You need not repeat with the next. If it's not, then you can take up the next also.
it's a paid one, right? So
Yeah, it's a paid one.
So per session payment.
No, it's not like per session and all. That's what. So once you pay the form, okay, we will be giving you a mentor. So after that, it's entirely the understanding between the mentor and the student.
Oh, okay. Will there be any feedback option?
Yeah, they will be giving you the feedback also. The mentor will be helping you with the feedbacks too.
No, our feedback for the mentor if we are not.
Yeah, we will be giving you a form. You can do that as well.
Okay. Second question is related to the respective study center at location level. I am from Mumbai. Can I visit IIT Bombay and will there be somebody who can guide me? I mean, at center level lectures, right?
No, there is no center level lectures. There's no access to IIT Bombay for this program. There's an IIT Madras program. It remains that way.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Kavin, are you there?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I have two doubts. The first one being in the TDS course, it was written that the assignments will be very difficult, and it is suggested that you guys attempt it as a group. So, like, how would we go about finding a group to like cooperate for the assessments and the quiz?
I think this is a question better asked on discourse because I think the instructors can answer it better. I'm not sure how they do it as a group or something like that. That level of modularity, I do not know. Maybe ask it on the discourse forum. That might be better.
All right, ma'am. And in the TDS course, they said if you're not able to finish GRA1, then it would be better for you to like drop the course. So how does the dropping course procedure work?
In general, after 28 days, we have a 3-day window when students can drop courses. So you can drop courses only in that window. Outside of that window, you can't drop. So I don't know what's the deadline for the project one. You'll have to check that. But only in the 3-day window, if you drop, there is an administrative charge that we keep. And there is some refund that happens to you, the details and the student handbook. You can check that and you can accordingly do it. Is that okay? Okay, thanks. Abhinandan, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Am I audible?
Hi, morning. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, I'm repeating my two courses, which is like TDS and MLP. So the reason what I thought was that I would be able to do in last time, but I couldn't do because of I got an internship in Chennai. So, ma'am, my question is like that. Last time I took like online online help sessions from the mentors and everything, but like online I found out that it was difficult to keep up the pace with the mentors. So I was asking that is there any way where I can go to IIT Madras or I can get a center level help from TS or
There's no center
mentors?
level help, Abhinandan. Like I was telling the other person also, there's
Huh.
nothing in person that we are doing. Only for the projects we have boot camps that are in person, which are like 7 days or something like that.
Huh,
But
huh.
apart from it, for the courses, we don't have anything that is in person.
Okay. So, ma'am, I was just asking that for like earlier we used to have access to libraries and everything for IIT Madras. So, is it still going on or it has
No.
been
Currently, we
suspended?
don't have access. Yeah, we don't have
Okay.
access to the library.
And, ma'am,
So it
like
would
one
be
more
good
thing,
to
like,
form a study group. See, what I've seen students actually excel in and be comfortable with when they're studying in this program and kind of also progress is to have a good student study group and form a group of at least 4 or 5 people that you know well who are in the same frequency as you. And it would be good to set aside time with them to study and kind of do all the assignments, do the doubt clearing and everything. That group works much better. And of course, if you have doubts, you can always raise it in the live sessions or discourse. But having a study group amongst yourself as a group of students in that course, I think works much better.
yeah, ma'am, but like I'm not like very active in WhatsApp group or anything. That's why I'm not able to find the groups. So, what could be the means like better ways of finding groups
No, but do you
according to
watch
you?
the videos? Do you try the assignments? Do you attend some
Ha
at
ha
least
ha.
instructor or TA sessions? These
Ha.
should be more
So
than
in
enough if you're doing all of this, right?
okay, understood. So,
Are you
okay,
watching all the
that's
videos?
yeah. Means like I'm watching all the videos, but live sessions I'm unable to do. So I have to see the recorded sessions for live sessions.
Yeah, but mostly that should be enough, right? There's a lot of questions that get
Mm-hmm.
asked there on videos do have a lot of content along with many assignments that you have to do as practice. Are you still struggling with the content in some sense?
No, no, not in content sense. It's like because I didn't had the time, so I couldn't practice. That was the reason.
Yeah, I think that you have to, that's non-negotiable, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have to put in time, you have to practice. I think that is not something we can solve. You have to solve that.
Okay, that was my question. Thanks.
Thanks, Abhinandan. Nusrat Fatima, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. So I
Yes.
have 3 questions. There was an
Yeah.
announcement recently on the AI courses being added to this data science.
That is a Swayam Plus platform, I think. So the news press release, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Swayam Plus platform. It's a different initiative from IIT Madras. You'll have to go to that platform to see what's happening.
What is it called once again?
Swayam Plus.
Swayam Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Second one is last term I had taken BDM and there is some problem with the marks and all that. So how should I have something done there, like correction?
I think all the corrections are closed. There's nothing that's open now available for correction. Whatever had to be done has all been done and it's been sealed and frozen. I don't think we're going to revisit last term's any marks correction now.
Actually, I reached out to via email and discussion forums, but I think my
Yeah, but
question
we have
has
checked
been
with all
discussed.
the instructors and they said that everything is closed. Whatever clarifications had to be given were given in the live sessions. They have revisited all the queries that have come in is what we have been told. Because we check all of this when we release the grades. We don't release the grades and the progress grade card without that. So when they sign off saying everything has been done.
Okay. I think something is wrong with my scores. It is really, really low actually. So I'm
Okay, have you
coming.
passed the course? Or
Yeah,
you've not passed the course.
I have passed and I have a lot of experience with Excel, like 10 years of experience with Excel. So still I got some 16 marks or
Okay.
something. So that is what is the problem. It has been
Okay, send
addressed.
an email to support. We can see whether we can look into it. But ideally, normally, if there are issues raised, they're raised within that week, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then we sort it out within that. We don't keep it to the next term. Normally, that's there.
I have sent the email in that period only before.
Akshay, can you check this? I don't know where the email is. Can you check whether it's in support or elsewhere?
Sure, ma'am. Can you just give me your ID, student? Can you just drop it in the chat or you can just ping me in my mail ID? I'm just putting it here.
Sure. I'll ping you
Just
in the
dropping
chat.
my mail
And the
ID
third,
here.
okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Third
so this
question
is
Forward
is
that email. Yeah, forward that email to her again. Okay.
okay, sure. Third question
Yeah.
is to complete the diploma in data science, how many terms at maximum I'll be having?
You're a direct entry student or you've come through foundation?
I came through foundation.
Yeah, so for both the diplomas, it is 4 years, 12 terms.
12 terms for each.
For both diplomas, yeah.
Together, it is 12 terms?
Both the diplomas put together, it is 12 terms.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, but the BSc has an overall of 6 years. So if you take 4 years here and you've taken 1 year for the foundation, your BSc will be left with only 1 year. The overall clock for the BSc is only 6 years, okay? Is it clear? Okay. Akshay, can you ask?
Yes, ma'am, sure. I'll proceed.
Yeah, sure.
So moving on to the
Yes,
next student, it's Shamnant.
No, I think I'm unmute.
I think it's Akshay, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, Akshay, yes, go on.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. So I have no programming background. Can I first pursue diploma in data science and then go for programming, or should I do a joint course together?
Okay, foundation, how was your Python experience?
It was tough, ma'am. I got a 7.5 overall CGPA, but Python was tough because I've never done it before.
Okay, the diploma in data science might be a bit more accessible. MLF is okay. ML techniques will also talk a bit about Python because it talks about how the techniques are implemented. It's theoretical, but then there is a bit of raw implementation that they show you and all that. BDMBA should be fine. It's all Excel based. But MLP and TDS, you will require Python definitely. And if you're going into the diploma in programming also, the database management requires Python. PDSA is Python based. MAD1 is Python based. MAD2 is Python based. Java is of course Java and system command. So you'll have to really up your programming general skills You'll have to put in more practice. I won't say it is not doable, because I've seen like hundreds of students who are coming from a BA English background, BA history background, or even the guy who was the AR1 in GATE. He comes from a medicine background with no maths and programming actually, and so on. So people have been able to cope, but then they have put in that much amount of effort, time to basically get the programming up to speed. And when I say speed, it is for handling the OPPs also. That 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours that we give, within that you're expected to code and finish, also shows your expertise in having done that numerous times. So I would say start with data science if you want, but you wouldn't be able to complete the data science diploma without honing your programming skills. And if you're doing the programming courses, you'll have to really spend 20-25 hours per course practicing, especially if you're a non-programmer and you're coming in.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question. Is it better you take 2 subjects at a time and complete it, or
Yeah, I think your background 2 is enough. I think 2
2
itself
is
might be a
enough?
stretch depending on the amount of time you have. That's why I'm saying it's like 25 hours per
Okay.
week. I would put it at, right? Do you have 50 hours per week
Okay.
outside of whatever else do you do? Can you give it an every day, a night? So, for instance, when you do programming and all, just weekend study may not be enough. It will not give you that rhythm. The coding might be better to do it every day for about an hour or 2 hours or something like that. So, can you give that kind of a time to better your rhythm, better your practice with all of the things? So that is something that you have to check on your availability or convenience.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Right?
Yeah. So it's better to take two courses and go slow and.
I think absolutely. There's no hurry, there's no rush. You might as well do it slow. Once you know that you've improved your programming coding, your confidence has improved much more. That you know how to handle things, then maybe you can do 3. But otherwise, I would say just do 2, because see, if you miss an OPP and suppose you fail in OPP for whatever reason, you pass the theory by some means. The next term you have to repeat the OPP for this, and if you do not clear it even in that term, the third term you again repeat the entire course. So you'll get into the cycle of, not completing a course, OPP will be stuck, you'll still keep repeating and things like that. So if you take 2 and you ensure you complete all assessment components and you keep getting pass grades, it's a much better thing to do, I would say.
Okay. Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Attend all the TA sessions, attempt all the assignments by yourself, okay? The programming assignments extremely important. Attempt all of them by yourself and ensure that you understand it.
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you,
Akshay.
Akshay.
Thanks.
So I'm moving on to the next student, Sarfraj.
Okay, Akshay, on my
Sarfraj.
list, I see something else. I see Shamanta, Rakshana, and Meer before Sarfaraj.
For me, it is it's like it's not. Even Akshay was shown at the bottom for me actually.
Okay.
I'll start with the
Okay,
Sham.
go ahead. Anyways,
Okay.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Shamant. Shamant, are you there?
Shamanta Moni Bora.
Yeah,
Okay,
can
we'll
you
go
hear
to the
me?
next section. Yeah, we can. Yes, please
Yeah,
tell.
Actually, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, just wanted to ask, like, I have taken BDM project in this term. So, the BDM project, like, it can be extended to 2 terms, right, ma'am?
Yeah, so the BDM project works on a cycle mode. So it is not like even 2 terms, now you can even take 3 terms or 4 terms. The fee is valid for 2 terms basically as of now. And you basically every month you have a submission cycle for the proposal, midterm, end term. For May, June, July, at least you have it. In August, we'll do only the end term reports in that particular cycle. September, October, November again will be the proposal, midterm, end term that we are going with. So if you submit the proposal, say in May, and it gets accepted, then in June you can submit the midterm, or July, or August. August is not there, or September, or October, and so on. Supposing by October you submit the midterm report and you pass it, then you can again go on for next January, February, continue with the same business, continue with the same thing, and submit the interim report. So the stages basically just progress one after the other. It's not like you have to do a reset of the business or reset of the problem, but the fee is valid for 2 terms. But till you complete it, it basically goes as a progression of proposal, midterm, end term, and viva.
Okay, thank you. And like, I also have this question, like, this is, I think, a bit out of context. No, ma'am, actually, this term, like, the grade cards of this term, will they be released for the diploma students by the end of this month or what month?
They were supposed to be released yesterday, right?
Yes, ma'am. It is actually supposed to be released. I'll just check with the team. Do not worry. Oh, I forgot the name. Sorry. I will. Once
Shamanta,
it is once it's released, we will just post you the update. Okay. I'll check with the team and we'll be getting
It
an
should have
update
been
in
yesterday.
1
We
hour.
were just checking the, I think, grade card. So it should be even max by Monday that you should get it.
Okay, for the diploma students, right?
Yes, the direct
And
admission. Yes.
and ma'am, last question, ma'am. Say for example, ma'am, like I have thought about this. Like I have decided to complete my diploma in Mac because I'm a direct admission to diploma student. So, like I have decided to complete my diploma max in a max of 4 to 5 terms. So that this is what something
Okay.
I have decided because I am a
Right.
Jan 2025 term student. So, ma'am, in case if I want to like go for diploma in programming next, so I won't have to appear for the exam again, right? Because I've already cleared diploma in data science.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, ma'am, if I clear diploma in data science, so only after clearing this, then I can go for the next, right?
Yeah, because you come by the direct admission route. Yes.
Okay. And once I clear this, so I will be getting a certificate, then I will be going for diploma in programming.
So kind of when you are in the last term of diploma in data science, you can write to us. There are various pathways we can suggest to you. Then you can decide on what you want to do, whether you want to take the certificate, not take the certificate, to do whatever.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead. You have anything else to ask?
No, ma'am. That's all for now.
Okay. Ping me if there's something, Shamanta, and also try to interact with there are a lot of working professionals, at least 3,000-4,000 of them in the program who are also doing this, and they are non-programmers, non-tech guys, tech guys, everybody is there. It would be good to just generally interact with them to also get a feel of how people are doing it and what might be the best way to kind of progress. Okay.
Ma'am, shall we go with the next student?
Yeah, fine.
Rakshana?
So let them finish talking and then we can probably remove their permission, okay? So,
yeah, ma'am, sure.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, I've taken MAT to project and MAT to theory simultaneously this term. So,
okay.
Will it be okay for me to complete it? Will I face any difficulty?
What's your background?
I'm a computer science student only, ma'am.
Okay, being a computer science student, it should be doable, I guess, because there's something on caching, there's something on doing the Python Flask framework and doing the backend that is there, the Redis caching we expect you to do. There are some more things that are a little more advanced in terms of concepts that have to be implemented. So if you're a fresher to programming, learning programming only with us, I will say you might struggle a bit unless you put in the time and effort. But if you're a computer science student, I would assume that you've done some parts of these in your college, which should make it easier for you to do the project. But the project I've heard requires a lot more of reading up resources on all of this, apart from what is taught in the course for you to implement. It's not a straightforward watch mat to theory, mat to project will happen doesn't happen is what I've heard from students. So the time to be spent, they say, is almost double of what you do in a MAD 1 project. So keep that in mind, start ahead, kind of progress. Attend the boot camps online, offline if you can, if you need help, or go to the TA sessions when they are coding if you need help. Should be doable, but yeah, check out how you are able to handle it.
Ma'am, and I have another doubt. Last time when I enrolled for MAD 1 project, I got an email ID like project statement for MAD 1, 2, and the list of rules and regulations. But this term, I don't find
It's
any.
already there. It's in the grading document. Did you check the grading document? The
No.
links are all given in the grading document.
So there'll be no new statements. The old one.
There is a new statement. Statement is already released. We released it about, I think, a week ago or 10 days ago.
I'll check it once again.
Yeah, please check it.
Ma'am, and I have another doubt. So I've this term I've taken BDM also along with MAD 1 and MAD 2 MAD 1 MAD 2 theory and MAD 2 project. I've taken BDM theory. So this is the first time I've mixed up with data science diploma courses too. So once I complete this, will I get a certificate separately for diploma programming or only
Yes,
if I
yes.
complete
You'll
both
get a
of them?
provisional course completion certificate. Every diploma has a separate course completion certificate. You'll get it once you complete it.
So just because I've mixed up, it's not that I'll get it
Doesn't
at
matter.
the end.
You won't get the original because you're still continuing. You'll get the provisional.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Ajib Salim.
So, ma'am,
Yes,
can you
Ajit.
hear me? Hmm.
Yes, yes.
My question is about certificate. After diploma, then how we will get the certificate?
If you're continuing to the degree level, it will only be an online certificate that is put into your dashboard just like you got a foundation level. If you're exiting with the diploma, then you'll get your original certificate that is stamped by the board and the Senate.
So I am planning to exit at BS degree level. So
Then
should
you
I have
won't get, you'll get only a e-copy which is there on your dashboard.
okay?
You won't get hard copies.
So I will get the hard copy of BS degree when I completed.
Only BS degree. Correct. Correct.
Okay. So should I come to IIT Madras to collect it?
The BS degree, yes, during the convocation, you'll get your certificate.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Mayor Mohammed. Mayor. Yeah.
Yes. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, actually, I have a doubt that, for example, assume that I complete my diploma in programming only in January term. So now I'm eligible to, participate in the internship provided by the IIT Madras portal. So I have seen the document. It's written there that when you complete your one diploma, and then there will be some kind of making you perfect for the industry, and there will be some test. After, if you pass it, then only you can apply for the for different internships and jobs. So for example, I complete my diploma in programming in January term, and around mid-April there will be my end term, and I want to apply for internship in my summer vacations because I'm also having an offline college. So can you tell me how much time will it take to pass those screening
3
tests? And
months. It's
3
a
months.
full-fledged training program. There's a level 1, level 2, level 3. It's a 3-month training program. So it typically is kind of scheduled like a full-term course that is there. So there are various stages in it. There are presentations that you have to do, project presentations you have to do. There are technical mock interviews. There are general mock interviews that you'll do, an interaction with the instructor that you will basically do. There is a written comprehensive test about the various things that are there. You have to complete the activity points. So there is a full-fledged training that we do for students who wish to apply for internships or placements.
Okay, so the internships provided by through IIT Madras are online only, or there are
In
offline?
person.
In
In
person.
person.
So can you
So
tell
if
me the
you're in a
tentative?
college or something like that, I don't know whether you can even apply unless you tell us and show us that your college will relieve you to kind of go in person for the internship. We don't consider such students for the internship program.
Okay, so can you tell me the tentative timeline? For example, I complete my diploma in Jan term. So how much time
See,
will it
currently
take?
the forms are open on the placement portal for you to register for internship. The training will start by about, I think, May 20th or 30th. They're planning to start the training. I think it will go on for June, July till about mid-August. So from September, once you pass all of it and you're eligible, they tell you from September you can start applying to internships. So internships keep coming through the year. It is not like a physical college where there are periods where you do internship. For us, since many of our students are standalone students were available, the internship opportunities are throughout the year. So week on week, we have companies come that ask for interns and students keep applying. But if you're a dual degree student, then you need to see your physical availability to apply for internships, unless, of course, an online opportunity comes and you're able to kind of apply to that.
So if I contact with my college administration and if they allow me some flexibility, some relaxation, then it might be possible for me to,
Yeah, talk to the team that is there. They will be able to guide you better on what requirements we'll have. Because many times in the past, we've had dual degree students who applied for internship, got selected, and then when the company says, okay, join in person at this location, they say, sorry, I can't come. So we have kind of tightened the process to say you have to commit to us that you will be available to go to any location that the company says in person. Then only you can apply for these in-person internships that are there. Online, if it comes, then only those you'll be permitted. If you say it's only an online internship, you can take.
Okay, if I will be having some written kind of, document
From the
issued from my
college.
college, yeah. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
maybe
Yeah, just talk
I
to the
can adapt to
placement
them.
team people, iac@study.iitm.ac.in. You can send them mails and they will reply to you on actually what the rules implemented are.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, Yug is there. Yug, are you there?
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Ma'am, will IITM send TA application form on student email ID for eligible students?
Which application? Which?
Ma'am, TA application form.
The TA application form is all over. We had floated it, I think, for you to become a TA, right? For you to apply to be a TA, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I think we already floated it in April itself. Selections are also over, I think, for this term. For the next term, we'll do it maybe by August or so. It will come on your study email ID, student email ID.
Okay. And ma'am, can I pursue MTech after completing this degree?
In physical colleges, you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, by writing GATE, you can apply for MTech programs.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Sarfaraj Alam.
Good morning,
No,
ma'am.
there's a new student one. Sarfaraj, yes.
Ma'am, I have a question that if ma'am, in this term I have taken one MAD 1 course and MAD 1 project, ma'am. If I want to take mentorship program for MAD 1 project, ma'am, what is the process, ma'am?
A form will be sent to all of you after the orientation. You can fill that form that you want a mentor, and after that, a mentor will be allocated to you. Okay? Okay. Do you all lose permission to talk?
He is in unmute, ma'am. He muted himself.
Okay, I hope I've answered your question. I think Sara and Balaji Ramurthy, they are back, I think. Sara, you have another question?
Hi, ma'am. I didn't ask a question before. In fact, I raised my hand in like 30 to 40 minutes ago, and it was always going off. Anyways,
Okay.
I have two questions, one regarding Paradox and another regarding placements. I'm a direct entry student. I am currently working as a data scientist, and this program I'm into is a diploma in data science. One of my questions was, is there a placement assistance if I complete just this diploma in data science?
So the current focus of the placement team is for fresher students and primarily standalone students who are kind of requiring our support. Otherwise, we find that many of the students who are doing well are getting opportunities on their own. Professionals are networking and getting their own opportunities. Students in dual degree colleges are getting placements through their own college, but of course, getting better roles, better salaries because of showcasing this degree. So that's a landscape of the placement scenario that we are seeing. So once you complete the diploma, a single diploma, you can register with us, and depending on your experience, depending on what profiles we get, you can apply. But we are not necessarily targeting advanced roles when we are talking for placements. We are looking only at fresher roles primarily. So if you have, say, 5 years, 7 years of experience, we may not be getting as many opportunities as we get for the freshers here. But if some company comes in and says, I want so and so people with 5 years experience, at that point, we are able to circulate it to you. So I would say, as a working professional with experience learning this, don't rely on us. But if there's some opportunity, we will definitely pass it on to you.
Perfect. Makes sense. Another question was, if I okay, there's this paradox I heard of. How often is it, and how can I be a part of it, being a distance learning student.
So
if
the
at all.
paradox that happens in the June month is actually an in-person event that happens. So we are expecting about 5,000 students to come in June this time. It's from June 4th to June 8th. 8th we have the convocation for the students. 7th we have a graduates lunch, but 5 days they have sports, technical, cultural events that are going across the campus in various venues at various places. So this is like the college fest for the BS students that is organized by them for them at the campus. So that's an in-person event that you're also welcome to. You can also register and come over to Paradox. So that is there. Apart from it, we normally have an online Paradox in month of August, September called Savan Paradox. In December, Jan, we have something called Margari Paradox. These two are online fests. There are again events and competitions that you can participate online. So these are the three. And then there are some houses, there are societies that conduct events through the year that are online. You can also participate in those. So that's what happens as part of student activities.
Okay. So we too, as distance students, are invited to it if
Yeah, all students of this are welcome to Paradox. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Balaji Ramurthy.
Thanks, ma'am. Anusri Balaji again here.
How come you're not joining with your name? Why is it coming as Balaji Ramurthy?
I'm using my phone is not working well. It's my
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
but you're logged in with your study ID, right, to the Zoom?
No, my father logged in through his Zoom, so the link works for him.
Okay. Actually, we have not restricted it to study ID, is it? I thought we had done that, right?
We actually did, ma'am, but last time we had this issues like student couldn't join from their student ID. So for that purpose, we just removed it.
Okay, better not to do that. No, all these meets, please put it into study IDs.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Anushri. Yes.
Ma'am, I am in my first year BTech, and I intend to complete BS degree from IIT Madras. Okay. So the moment what I see as a timeline is I've registered for I'm a foundation student. I registered for my diploma this round, and I think by the time I reach my BTech CS third year, both the diplomas I will be able to complete. That is what I see. And my fourth year BTech is very critical. So would you suggest I exit from IIT Madras, complete my BTech CS and re-enter? Is there any scope of re-entering for the BSc degree?
So there is no concept of re-entering. You can kind of take a 1 year break and then come back after 1 year and continue with the BSc and BS. So we do permit you to allow 2 terms break normally itself by registering with us as a registration keep alive RK student that is there, and third term also you can come back after that to do it with us. So don't take your formal certificates out after the 2 diplomas, but just take a year's break and come back. But the other side also, I will say there are a lot of students who actually continue, because by then, having gone through the diploma, and which is kind of the toughest level in the program for students, as they say to be. When you come into the degree level, actually by then you know what this program is, how we assess you, what you have to do exactly to kind of keep going in the program. And degree level is actually more of a breeze for students who complete the 2 diplomas and come in. So nobody's really struggled at the 4th year of their college to not be doing our program or to take a break at some levels. I would really say that maybe after you finish your this is a too early a decision to make for you, and kind of think about it that at least can you do two courses in the degree level even when you are in your final year. I think that's very doable. There are no like major big projects or something like that. There are courses that keep going. You can keep studying with us, I think, rather than take a break, or even do one course that is still okay. You'll keep continuing and then you can go. And the other option is, yes, you can take a 1 year break and come back. But when you take a 1 year break, I feel the rhythm of study will go off, and that impetus and that requirement to also complete this might kind of wane. And for you to come back will be a harder journey than to just continue with us through the 4th year also.
Okay. And if I take a break, this will not be counted in that 6-year bracket, right?
It will be counted in the 6 years of the BS and 6 years of BSc and 8 years of BS. Yes, it will be part of that. But since you would have done it in like 4 years, maybe max, or 3 years max, you still have time, right? So it shouldn't impact you.
Okay. Thanks. That's great.
Okay, thank you. Mir Mohammed, you have another question? I've
Yes, ma'am.
unmuted you. Can you? Yes.
Ma'am, actually, you told me that from September I will be eligible to you apply for the internships. So there was written that you can only purchase one plan at a time, and that will be lasting for a year, for a year. So, for example, if I if I purchase a subscription of internship plan, so it will last by September. But the next year I'll be completing my offline third year college. So I want to
Okay.
apply for placement at that time, and in the next year January term, my BSc degree will be completed. So I can apply for
After
placement
you
also.
finish BSc with us, then you can upgrade your plan to a placement plan.
Okay, I can upgrade it.
Yeah.
Okay, one more doubt. When I want to, when I will be upgrading to the placement plan, then again I have to, go through that 3 month.
Not really. Not really. Just some topics or maybe one mock interview or some such, because the topics will be advanced at that time that you would have studied deep learning and you'd have done some more on maybe reinforcement learning or computer vision or some such like that. When you're going in for placements, expectation from companies is a little bit more than when you go in as an intern. So they expect you to learn a bit more on, say, LLMs or computer vision or at least basics of deep learning and so on. So there'll be some mock interview for us to qualify you that you know all of it before you go in for placement interviews. But the internship, it's more like based on the MLT and something like that.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Ashwin, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me now?
Hi. Yes, yes,
Yeah, hi,
yes.
ma'am. Ma'am, I have one question because I have now started my diploma. I finished my foundation last year. Because I'm working professional, but it's not related to the courses selection because I have already selected MLF, BDM, and System Command, which is more or less good for me for my work as well as
It's okay. Yeah.
learning. So my
This
question
combo is
is,
fine.
ma'am, because we are learning this.
Just one question. Do you work in the programming IT domain or you're not in that programming
Yes,
domain?
ma'am. I basically work in the machine learning side only. I have
Okay,
nearly
okay.
15
Fine.
years of experience in that. So yeah, continuing
Okay,
this.
sure.
But my question is, ma'am, I have seen this syllabus and my doubt, like I'm afraid that we are not concentrating on this embedded side of optimization of the machine learning algorithms. Like we are telling the students about the machine learning things, but not how the algorithm we can put it on the hardware, like how we can make multi-threading, multi-core kind of technique used for the optimization of the algorithm. So that kind of things should be there, I feel, because I actually work in this field, and lots of like the new students, maybe after coming 4 years afterwards they will start working on that, but everyone won't get the opportunity to develop the algorithm. Or maybe after 5 years you will have all the algorithm developed, but your major work is to port that algorithm on some hardware. So that time you should know these kind of techniques, like how we can optimize it on the hardware by using multi-threading, multi-core. Like there are Intel, like I don't say Intel, but Nvidia and lots of GPUs are there with, you need to use multi-core and multi thousands of GPUs. You need to decide how you can divide the algorithm into different parts. So like my question is how we can bring this kind of knowledge for
Does
the
this come
students.
in the MLOps course or something like that? There is an MLOps elective in the degree level, which does something like this. As far as I've seen the syllabus, I'm not too sure though. I don't know. Send an email to maybe Akshay. She had put her mail ID in the chat. So maybe you can send her an email. I'll pick it up from there, and then we can also see whether it gets covered in that. See, basically the way that the program is designed is, this program is an undergraduate degree for students out of school after 12th standard. So the first year is more just bridging the foundations for them. Second year is introducing them to programming and data science, ML foundations that are there. That's why it's like ML foundations and techniques and libraries. The third year is when we start the deep learning in the degree level, and then it goes off into reinforcement learning. LLM is there, CV is there, there is speech processing, processing. Then there are, things that put together case studies for these large data sets on it and so on. So that goes. And then there is algorithms for advanced data science. There is MLOps. There is generative AI, mathematical foundations of generative AI. There is something more on that. So that's the way that the program has been structured. So I don't know where your course will come or whether our students even have, because we don't teach them hardware almost at all. The only things that they see is a computer networks, computer organization course, but that's very different at some level. So we'll have to see whether they do have any foundations for this and whether we can teach them this, if so, at which level. So if you can put together some topics that you think need to be taught and which are missing from here, if you can send us an email, then I will definitely take it up and see where and when we can kind of do it.
Okay, ma'am. Because in the system command which I took it, ma'am, it is more or less like Linux based. This is
Yeah,
very
this
very
is
nice.
basic Linux.
Yeah,
Yeah, very basic
yeah.
Linux.
This
See,
is
this for a
good
second year
one.
student who does not know anything, right? So
Mm.
that's why the program is designed for students who don't know anything, not for people like you typically. It's for a fresher who
Yeah,
comes in fact,
but
who's not
what
been done programming at 11th and 12th, right? They're starting
but
programming only in this program. Yeah.
what we like when I finished my engineering in 2009, when we joined my first organization in Tata Elixir, there I learned the during training they taught us this multi-core by in Linux side, like you can use threading concepts, semaphore, mutex. So these kind of concepts, if we use introduce this in system command in future, so that will be helpful for the students to get aware about what is multi-threading and semaphore and mutex. So
Sure, we'll think about it. The only thing I will say is system commands already is found to be very, very difficult by many people. Like I said, many people do system commands course just to pass it 3 or 4 times. So do we want to load it there or do we want a separate course elsewhere? And Tata LXI would have already chosen you after some rigorous testing and all, and they know exactly we want this for our project, but not all companies may want it as a requirement. So we'll have to see how big the market is. Is it a skill that is definitely required for students to know when they get into the job market? How big of the segment would require the skill is something we'll have to see. So send me an email. I will definitely look into it as a suggestion.
okay, ma'am. Yeah, maybe because I'm working from Germany, so I have your WhatsApp. So we had earlier
Send
few.
me that also. No problem. Sure. Absolutely. Send me something on that.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Ashwin. Mradul?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, are you comfortable in Hindi?
हाँ बोलो.
मैम एक्चुअली मैम मैं ना मेरा डिप्लोमा चल रहा है और मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहा था। एक्चुअली मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा था, ये थोड़ा साइड है, डिप्लोमा से नहीं है। एक्चुअली मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा था और मैंने आईआईटी मद्रास के जो सीनियर्स हैं, अभी मैं आया था बीच में, तो वहाँ से सीनियर्स से मैंने बात करी थी। तो सीनियर्स को काफी अच्छा आइडिया लगा था और उन्होंने बोला था कि यार शायद इंक्यूबेशन साइड जो आपका है आईआईटी मद्रास में और जो इंडस्ट्री साइड है वहाँ पे आपको बात करनी पड़ेगी। पर वो बोल रहे थे कि शायद चांसेस कम है क्योंकि आप बाहर हो, मतलब उनके हिसाब से हम लोग बाहर हैं तो हमको शायद नहीं मिल सकता। तो मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि हम लोग क्या अपना प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं आइडिया वगैरह
So there are
incubation side में?
opportunities under Nirman. So Nirman is the startup incubation first step. I think that they do. They give you that initial proposal. देखने के बाद आपको POC के लिए कुछ देते हैं, कुछ I think 2 लाख देते हैं और 6 महीने देते हैं और after that you have to come back and present what you have done or something like that. I know at least some 10-15 students from the BS program who have applied through Nirman and gotten funding for the POC at least. उसके बाद जो होता है इन्वेस्टमेंट फंडर्स और वो सब जो होता है मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन 1-2 लोगों ने इंक्यूबेट भी किया है रिसर्च पार्क में, IITM रिसर्च पार्क में बेस्ड ऑन देयर आइडिया. सो देयर इज समथिंग दैट इज पॉसिबल. इट्स नॉट लाइक BS स्टूडेंट्स कैन नॉट अप्लाई और समथिंग लाइक दैट, लेकिन आपको बात करना पड़ेगा स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी में जिन्होंने निर्माण को अप्लाई किया और उनको फंडिंग भी मिली है. आई एम नॉट टू अवेयर ऑफ द लिस्ट. आई ओनली मेट देम इन पर्सन, लेकिन मेरे पास ये ईमेल आईडी या नाम ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. You'll have to find that out. लेकिन possible है. It's not like they have shut us out or they've said that we cannot apply.
और एक चीज और मैं पूछना चाह रहा था मैम, एक्चुअली मैम मेरे को अभी एट प्रेजेंट मैम मेरे को फंडिंग का कोई अभी इशू नहीं है। मेरा मेन फोकस है मैम थोड़ा सा कि टेक्नोलॉजी साइड से मेरे को उसका नॉलेज मिल सके कोई उसमें। एक्चुअली इसमें मैं विजन, एक्चुअली मैं ना फार्मर साइड से, मतलब मेरी फैमिली बिलोंग करती है, हम लोग एग्रीकल्चर साइड में। मैम मैं हमारे इसमें थोड़ी सी ये रहता है कि जो प्रोडक्ट्स जो आते हैं गेहूँ वगैरह, तो उसमें पर्टिकुलर जो जहाँ हम लोग मंडी में जाके सेल करते हैं, तो मैम वहाँ पे दिक्कत ये होती है कि सामने वाले जो परचेज करने वाले इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट रहते हैं वो लोग अपने हिसाब से वो क्वालिटी को जज करके देते हैं, उनका कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं है। वो कहीं पे कुछ कहीं पे कुछ रेट लगाते हैं और कहीं पे कुछ रेट लगाते हैं। तो मेरे को लगता है कि मैम एक स्टैंडर्ड बनाया जा सकता है, जो विजन इमेज रिकॉग्निशन के थ्रू एक अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड बनाया जा सकता
so
है।
I know of a company in actually South, यहाँ पे कर्नाटका में किसी ने एक्चुअली ये प्रोजेक्ट किया है। वहां पे कैशू का कल्टीवेशन होता है और उन्होंने पूरा इमेज प्रोसेसिंग का प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है, स्कैनर्स बनाया सब कुछ। तो कैशू जब जाता है उस मशीन में, वो इमेज प्रोसेसिंग करके उसका क्वालिटी एवेलुएट करके उसको सेग्रीगेट भी करता है और उसके बाद उसका प्राइस भी करा देता है। So they've done a software with a machine that does that for cashew cultivation, is something that we saw recently. तो अगर आप ऐसा करना कुछ चाहते हो तो maybe I can try to put you in touch with somebody like that. You can probably talk to them and see कि कैसे करें क्या करें. You can get some ideas. Why don't you send me an email? मैं देखती हूँ कि क्या कर सकती हूँ। नहीं तो यहाँ पे जब आप आते हो तो आप किसी फैकल्टी से भी बात कर सकते हो कि there is a data science department now. There is a Robert Bosch data center. You can talk and see whether it's possible to take an idea forward ki, and they will also know better ki market में ऐसा product है कि नहीं है and all. I wouldn't know too much about it. So I'm putting my mail ID here. You can write to me. Let me see if I can connect you to that Karnataka person and whether you can get connected to some other faculty also. Let me ask around and see. अपना business idea मुझे brief में दो and tell me the
Yes.
problem and just let's see whether it is there. Okay?
यस मैम, एक्चुअली उसमें एक सर थे, मैंने उसमें देख रहा था पर्टिकुलर एक आईएएस सर थे, वो राजस्थान में, उनने शायद यूपीएससी का AIR-1 करके निकाला था। उनने आईआईटी से खड़गपुर से ही शायद उनने बीटेक भी करा था। उनने उनने ये 9 साल पहले आइडिया डाला था, उनने गिटअप पे डाला था कि हम लोग ये चाहते हैं। वो नीति आयोग में थे, तो वो कह रहे थे कि हमारे इसमें जो प्लेटफॉर्म है, जो पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म बना हुआ है, ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म बना हुआ है, उसमें भी यही दिक्कत आती है कि पर्टिकुलर हम किसान लोग डाल तो देते हैं पर उसका कोई वो नहीं मिल पाता, क्वालिटी मेजर नहीं मिल पाता। मैंने उनसे भी रीच आउट करने की कोशिश करी, तो उनसे भी एक्चुअली बात नहीं हो पाई मेरी, पर मैं चाह रहा था कि मेरे को लगता है कि इसमें काफी अच्छा हो सकता है। ठीक है ना
आईआईटी
मैम, थैंक
कानपुर
यू।
में भी वो लोग काफी काम करते हैं किसानों के साथ। वहां पे एक रेडियो चैनल भी चलाते हैं उनके लिए, जो वहां पे क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं और कुछ मार्केट का ये रेट्स देते हैं और वो सब भी होता है। आई डोंट नो विच प्रोफेसर हैंडल्स इट, पर लेकिन आईआईटी कानपुर में अगर आप ढूंढोगे वेबसाइट में या कहीं और, वो देख लो आप कि वो क्या करते हैं उनके साथ। There is a huge project that's going on with multi-faculty there where they help the local farmers with a lot of things. तो वो देख सकते हो आप। दे हैव डन एन स्पोकन LLM चैटबॉट, जहाँ पे आप फोन को डायल इन करके आप पूछ सकते हो और वो बॉट डज सम गूगल सर्च, डज समथिंग देयर एंड एक्चुअली रिप्लाइज टू यू लाइक अ ह्यूमन वॉइस। हिंदी में बोलती है कि आज क्या क्या हो रहा है, क्या कुछ हो रहा है, समथिंग लाइक दैट। बट दे आल्सो एक्सपेंडेड दैट एज फार एज आई नो। तो आप देख सकते हो कि क्या हो रहा है, बट बियॉन्ड दैट आई एम नॉट टू अवेयर ऑफ ऑल ऑफ दिस। Send me an email. I can try to see the connect that I have. I can do that, but उसके बाद I
ठीक है,
cannot help
ठीक
too
है ना
much.
मैम,
I
ठीक है
can
मैम, ठीक है
try
मैम,
that.
थैंक यू मैम,
Okay.
थैंक यू।
Okay. All the best. Okay. I think we've answered all the questions that are there. Akshay, anything from the chat that we had to take up? I saw the questions, but there was nothing much that seemed
No,
required
ma'am, like
answering.
there were few students who replied to that itself, but other than that, I've just dropped my email ID to post them their queries in case.
Okay, okay, fine. Thanks all. Thanks for joining. If you have any queries, you can always write to the support email ID or to us. All the best for the upcoming term. Complete your theory courses, complete your projects, do well. And if there are any issues at all, do reach out to us. We'll be happy to handle it for you. Logging off now. We can close the session, Mahesh. Thank you.